Hello YouTube world and welcome back to Therapeutic Tuesdays. I know I've been gone for a while and I've missed you all and I've missed making these, but a lot has gone on between then and now. I won't get into it, but I am back, and today I wanted to go over a single particular stretch or movement or exercise that you can do to help open up those groin muscles, the inner thighs. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into this and I will show you what to do here. Okay, so the way in which this works is that you get into this butterfly position. What I mean by that are the bottoms of your feet are touching, they're close together, and then you're trying to get your hips relatively close to it. Not to be really close, just make sure your feet are together. The whole side of the foot is on the floor if possible, and you're just lying back. That's the first point. The second part of this is to make sure you have your belly button pulled down towards your low back. And what's going to happen when you pull your belly button in is that the gap between the floor and your low back is going to close, right? It should almost completely become eliminated, right? And if not, you're very close to your low back touching the floor. So you want to keep that belly button pulled in the whole time. And the reason for this is you want to keep the stretch right in this groin area. You can actually just lie down like this and kind of feel those tendons and or the muscles, the ropey fibers, all right, in here that lead from like your pubic bone in the center here and kind of splay out towards like your mid thighs here, okay? That's what we're working on here, to try and open this up. A lot of times, especially in yoga, I see a lot of times, and I myself was one of these people, a lot of times in yoga you'll see them and they're sitting in this kind of, now come into your comfortable seated position. I used to strongly despise this kind of beginning to the yoga class, and even at the end, I was hoping to be a little more flexible, but at the end I was still having trouble just staying seated in this basic position where your back is supposed to be flat, right? I'm pulling my shoulders back, belly button's pulled in, relatively flat back. Without my knees up here, and I'm cramping in my side, like my side butt / hip area, below my hip, you know, my thighs are all tensed up, and this is not a good position. I'm rounding at the back. It just wasn't fun. All right? So let's get back into this position, right, to start with. So you're keeping your low back against the floor, so you keep the stretch where it needs to happen. The last piece of this is you're going to use a weight. All right? I have a 45-pound weight right here. I am a kettlebell enthusiast, so I will be using a kettlebell, as you can see. All right? You can use a weight plate, whatever you want. Now you'll see that this has caused my knee, to drop all the way to the floor. Right? I'm still pulling my belly button in, and what I'm working on here is trying to breathe into these tight spaces. You're going to get quite a sensation in here. Let gravity do the work on this side. You don't have to hammer at this. If you want, you can do some light massaging in this open groin here that doesn't have the weight on it. You want to leave this one alone though, the one that has the weight on it. You can even look away, and that might help, away from the weighted side, right? Just make sure you keep that belly button pulled in so the stretch is happening in the hip and not in the low back, okay? You don't want that stretch to transfer into your low back. Keep the abdominals engaged. And so you'll breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth for a full 2 minutes timed, okay? Once that's done, you can pick your weight up and put it down and safely maneuver it to the other side. For me, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little halo here to the other side so that I can safely position it on this side. Now, if you notice, get my leg out of the way here for a second, you'll notice that here's my hip, and then here's my knee over here. I have the weight about halfway in between my knee and my hip. One thing is for sure, do not put the weight on that knee joint. Keep the knee free, okay? you do not need to weight the knee. You want to keep it a little further down the leg. That way you're getting into this groin in your hip area that can take this kind of pressure and not the knee joint. The knee joint is not meant to move in this kind of direction. All right, so that knee is chilling on the floor if it can. And again, the same thing with this. Now, I've been doing this for about 7-8 months on the regular, like maybe 3 times a month. I don't do it that often, but it is something that I do try to fit in a couple times a month, 3 times a month, really, almost once a week at this point, trying to open up these hips, right? Because I spend a lot of time in that comfortable seated position. All right, so again, you do this for about 2 minutes timed. When you're done, just go ahead and carefully remove that sucker. And so that'll do it. That is a therapeutic dose to open up those tight groin area, to help you be able to sit like this, right? Maybe do a little meditation, right? Sitting here nice and calm, chin tucked in, belly pulled in, shoulders back and down, squeeze together and down your back, right? My typical cueing points for proper posture and spinal alignment. And you are well on your way to more flexible hips and legs. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have anything that you want me to cover, go ahead and list it down in the comment section below. If you're having a hard time finding the comment section, just scroll all the way down the recommended videos, and below your recommended videos, you will find the comment section. In the description, you can find both my Facebook handles, my Twitter handle, and also my Instagram handle. All of those should be linked up. Except for Instagram. I think you have to actually search my name, Mike_Niemchak for Instagram. But the rest of them should have links. You can just click on and go right to those other social media platforms. I've enjoyed showing you all this today. Again, fill me in, let me know. Hit up one of my social media places and just let me know what your thoughts are, what you'd like to see me cover. Right? Let's make this interactive. Keep going and keep growing. Talk to you next time.